Hello and welcome to Family History Friday. Today I wanted to share with you a little bit about Charles Rosberg, my great-great-grandfather, and I wanted to share a little bit about what I learned today about the Rosberg family name. Of all the videos that I've filmed thus far, this is probably the most complicated one, story-wise. See, Charles Rosberg, his biological parents are these two, Almina Swenson and Thomas Bennett. But early on in his life, not a year after his birth, he was adopted by Kana and Sven Rosberg. So I figure the best place to start is with the Rosbergs, Charlie's adoptive parents. Kana and Sven Rosberg came from Sweden and emigrated over to the state of Illinois in the USA in May 1865, just thereabouts. From what I gather, this entire story is pretty bittersweet. So Kana and Sven Rosberg had in total 4 children biologically, 2 of them born in Sweden, 2 of them born after they'd emigrated. None of them lived past infancy, except for Niels, who lived to the age of 3 before he passed away. So, Kana and Sven, they emigrate over to Illinois, where about 99.9% of my American ancestry come from. Sven's parents actually joined them in Illinois a couple years later. Unfortunately, though, Sven's father passes away in the Great Chicago Fires in October 1871. Skip ahead a few years, and in 1872, Almina Swenson is born, and in 1892, she is married to Thomas Bennett. Months later, her older brother dies, next her dad dies, and then her marriage dissolves, leaving her alone with her infant son, Charles Bennett. In 1893, not a year after he was born, Almina, about 20 years old, meets Kana and Sven Rosberg somehow. They're in their 50s, all their children have passed away, and they take in Charles, and he is renamed Rosberg. In 1897, 5 years after Charles' birth, Sven passes away, leaving Kana alone with Charles, who, growing up, I think he would have known that he was adopted because he actually names one of his daughters, when he gets married and has kids, he names one of his daughters after his biological mother. Up until today, I had thought that Rosberg was part of my biological family tree, but I'm really grateful for Kana and Sven for taking in Charles. Because of them, he was able to grow up and, I'm here and that's pretty cool. Now I'm really blessed to have parents who spent a lot of time doing family history, and I haven't really had to do a whole lot of effort for myself. But making illustrations and making these little videos has helped me to learn more about them and to be invested in my own family. I can say from experience that the time and investment that I've put into my family tree has deepened my love for them. I can't imagine what it would have been like for either of these families to have to go through what they went through. Almina for her divorce and for the death of her brother and father, and Kana and Sven for the death of their children. I just don't know what that would have been like. But I'm grateful to have been raised in a home where family was a top priority. And I know that family is part of Heavenly Father's plan for each of us, and that He loves us, and that He wants us to love one another too.